Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Magic the Gathering Arena. I wasn't planning on doing this now, but something important is going on to a budget player, so I'm going to jump ahead and cover this, and that's that the Quick Draft is now available for the newest set, Outlaws of Thunder Junction. It's an important thing in the economy for budget players. I'm not going to get into the details now, but quickly, there's the Mastery Pass, which is like the Battle Pass in Pokemon. You get rewards. There's the free tier, and then the premium tier, which is called the Mastery Pass. You have to pay gems to unlock it. There's two ways to get gems. The first, and really the way Pokemon wants, the way Wizards, getting my games mixed up there. Wizards wants you to pay money to buy gems, but I don't want to pay money as a budget player. So there's another way to do it, and that is with events. And one of the events that does this is the Quick Draft. So the Quick Draft of the Outlaws of Thunder Junction, it just starts today, the time of day of recording, April 26th. It goes to May 7th, so it's a week and a half covering 2 weekends. And a Quick Draft does a couple things. First, you can pay gold to enter. You can pay gems, but as a budget player, I need to convert my gold into gems. So I pay 5,000 gold, and then what you earn based upon the number of wins you get is a pack, maybe 2 packs, and a certain number of gems. So it's a way to turn our gold into gems. Now I have enough for 3 quick drafts. I'm not going to get enough to unlock the Mastery Pass, but it's still an important skill to do. I want to develop it and want to talk about it for everyone out there. So you play the quick draft until you get 7 wins or 3 losses. As a new player, I don't expect to get 7 wins, but hopefully, I can get to, 3 wins is kind of the target amount, to get those rewards. But the other thing is, what happens is you get a set of packs. You choose a card from the first pack and you pass it along to quote the next player, and then they pass you the pack they took a card from, and then you pick a card, and it goes around a group of, I believe, 8 players. In this case, though, it's not against actual players, human players. It's against bots, where it has some AI with its own mechanics for drafting, which is fine. But so what happens here is we keep the cards we get, they add to our collection. So that's one of the great things it does. And we get gems. That's great. And because it's the bot draft, there's no timer in terms of evaluating the cards. As a new player, when you're playing against other players and drafting against other players, there's a timer, right? You don't want to sit there all day while someone's choosing their cards. So as a new player, I need to spend extra time picking my cards. Now, there are some resources to help you evaluate the cards as you see them, and gives kind of ratings to help choose. But the best, I like deck building. That's one of the things I like in Pokemon TCG is deck building. It's a lot of fun. I want to get good at that in Magic the Gathering, and these different formats are fun too. So I want to build my own deck. I'm not going to worry about those any suggestions. I'm just going to try to use my own understanding, and I'm sure I'm going to come up short now, but I will get better at it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pay my 5,000 gold, and I start the draft. So this is the first pack. There's going to be 3 sets of packs that get passed around, taking a card each. Then you're going to build a 40-card deck. I want to... So there's the common cards with the black logos. There's the uncommon cards with the blue, which is silver, I guess. And then there's rare, in this case, with this gold, and mythic, which is bronze, an orange color. So there's always one rare or mythic card, and as a value player, I want to grab the rare card every time there's a rare mythic card. I want to grab it, even if I'm not going to play it, because it goes into my collection. I can press the alternate key. It shows me the number of copies of cards I have. That may become important later on too. Anyway, so I'm just going to grab this card here. I say confirm pick. See the next set of cards. The first card I look to see, and my opponent, I was going to say, but the bot did not take a rare card here. So sometimes there's multiple rare cards in the pack too. So I'm going to grab this card automatically. I'm not even going to pay much attention. Now, if you're playing drafting against other players that you're going to be playing against, you want to pay attention to the pack first. You come up with a strategy, what you want to pick, and also try to pay attention to what's being taken. Gives you a sense of what they're likely to play. And also, if you notice, all the blue cards are disappearing, you might want to avoid the blue because you're going to have a tough time putting that deck together. But anyway, I just want to grab this card, at this point, so I'll confirm pick, because this whole process will take at least a half. For me, it'll probably take a half hour because I'm going to be slow as I read things through, so I'll be quick early on. So at this point, there's no rare or mythic cards. So for value, I could go for the rare cards. I mean the uncommon cards, but I don't necessarily. At this point, rather than doing that, I'm just going to draft take the best card for a deck that I may be working on. So at this point, I'm going to pause the video because I'm going to read carefully through the 2 cards that I grabbed, right? I should know what they do. And this one card takes a very brutal land cost. I'm probably not going to want to utilize it, quite frankly. But anyway, and then I want to read the cards I have and read through all these cards, see what they do. Never grab the land because that you get unlimited basic lands anyway. It doesn't do anything. And I'll just say before I pause the recording, I hold down the Alt key. It shows the number of copies I have. As I said, the cards get added to my collection. If I have a full play set of a card, then what happens is it adds Vault progress. Now, Vault it's a way of a little bit of duplicate protection, but it's not great. So generally, in terms of value, you want to pick cards you don't have. But of course, you have to balance that with crafting a strong deck. So that's kind of the tension of the value player. So for me, I grab the mythic or the rare when it's available, and then I take the best cards from my deck if none of those are available. So I'm going to just pause recording at this point and go through the process of putting a deck together. And at this point, I have like this green creature, but with only 1 green card, I'm not locked into green, right? So I'm still flexible about the type of mana I'm going to build this deck with. All right, so I finished the drafting process, and it goes through. There's 3 rounds altogether of packs, so you're guaranteed to get at least 3 rares or mythics, and I got 5 rares and 1 mythic, so that's great there, and that's all added to the collection as well as these other cards. And now I need to build a 40-card deck, and Arena suggests lands automatically, and that's great. So the first thing I want to do, I'm not going to go through the whole process in this video because it's going to take time. I'm just going to kind of read through it slowly, but I'm going to, basically, you can see I got a lot of red and blue cards. I can click right below the name of the deck in this area, and it tells me I have 1 white, 2 green, 3 black, 17 blue, 19 red. So I'll get rid of the white, the black, and the green, and then see where I'm at. I have like way too many creatures, and we'll figure out what. But the first step is just get rid of everything that's not red or blue. So that's gone black, and I'll see the lands will disappear for the different types as I get once there's no more cards for that type in the deck. So that's a good way to know it as well. Like there, the white land disappeared, the green lands disappeared, so I just have 1 more black card. And this is a rare, but it's a crazy cost, and I'm not going to go blue, black, and red. So that's out of the deck. So now it's down to just red and blue plus, whatever in any color. And but I have 51 of 40 cards. Usually I'll go with the lands that Arena's telling me at this point. I don't necessarily have the experience to go against that. So I'm going to kind of work on the mana curve, I will just say. I need to reduce, I think I need to reduce these 5 cost cards for sure, and probably the 4 and the 5s, and then the 2 costs are too high as well. You kind of like to have a curve where the peak is 2, kind of 3 are generally the highest. I don't have as many 3s as I would like, but so I'm going to work on that and get the mana curve a little more to my liking. The average mana cost right now is 2.9. I'll bring that down a little bit, I think, as I get rid of a couple of these higher cost cards, reduce the creatures, and just kind of put together a 40-card deck that I think will work. The good thing is, when I come to play the deck, it will be a deck I put together, so I'll know kind of the decision-making behind it, and I can change the deck between each game. So as I play the deck, kind of get that feedback of how the deck is and what it might be missing, and can adjust it between rounds. So I'm going to pause the video and just go through the process of putting together a 40-card deck to play. All right, so I've completed my deck here. It's got a bit of a odd mana curve to it. Now, some of these 5-cost spells do have reduction under certain conditions being met. I played one game. It didn't go great, I gotta say, but I don't know what changes to make at the moment. So I'm gonna play a second game and see what happens, and just try to learn from that, and maybe change up the deck after this second game if things don't go well. Because obviously any one game can be very random. All right, so I have played, 3 games. I've won 1 game. I've lost 2. First game didn't go well. Second game was the win. That went very nicely for me. And the third game was a kind of a mirror. We were red-blue decks. Very similar things, came close. I think I got them down to either 2 or 4 life. I don't remember. At the end of the game, I think they were down to 2 life, but then they just overpowered me. I just came up just short. So my deck build was okay, I'd say. So I'm going to play and see what happens here. Hopefully I get another win. I'd like to get a couple more wins. Like to get to the point of 3 wins. I would say I'd feel good about that. Just trying to, if I can average 3 wins, I feel like I'm in a decent place. This is not good, and I have to mulligan, and because there's not enough land here. A lot of land here. All right, I'm going to keep these 6. I'm not happy about it, but I just don't want to, maybe I should mulligan again. I don't know. Maybe I should have, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. That's not bad. Cast the red, because the Lizard Bane, the Mage Bane Lizard's actually pretty nice, depending on the matchup. Okay, so it's, so let's see. All right, drop this into play here, just because they can start to damage themselves, right? Which can be very effective. The Deadeye Duelist, these are really important cards. The Mage Bane Lizard, the Deadeye Duelist. What are they doing? Yeah, that's not good. Not good for me. Good for them. So they've gotten going better than I have, is what I would say. So, so I think I want to, get the Deadeye Duelist into play and just end turn. So, if my opponent casts non-creature spells, they damage themselves. Right now, that's all they're casting is creature spells, though, so that might not be very effective for me. And see what happens here. But so I could cast this for 1 less, draw 2 cards. I think I want to get him into play, and then he gets some counters on him. Is the plan here, right? So just any color land and no attack. So yeah, that's okay. Now it's only this turn, so it goes away. But my opponent's building up very nicely here. Yeah, very nicely. So I could draw 2 cards there. So I think I want to do this. Just keep pinging away. I can draw 2 cards. I think I should draw the 2 cards, right? And I still can. So they've got their own. So I can't got damaged myself by that, and I will Slick Sequence. Let's just take a look. I think I want to do this. I'm going to get damaged. That's not good, but I wanted to draw some cards. So let's think 3. So no attacks. It just doesn't do me any good to attack. So, unfortunately I'm damaging myself off this. Lizard, but you know, my opponent's being very disciplined. I am not being so disciplined, right? So, oh man, that's rough. That is rough. So this game is completely going the way I don't want it to go, right? So I'll just do the little damage there. Again, it doesn't make any sense to attack because they block me and I don't. Just doesn't work. Now, if I commit multiple crimes, that's where he starts to go, right? He gets two. No, I think it's just it's a one of. It's not every time you commit a crime, right? So this is not looking good. What's my so I potentially could get milled out here, which isn't a good feeling. So I don't know if they what is it? They're black and blue. It's a blue card, the one milling card that I had. So I don't want to block them just because I get knocked out, and I don't think that's good for me. It's not good going down to 10 life either. So I do think I want him back in play. He's quite good. And he basically uses up my land. I have. So I'll do this. Just kind of keep pinging away, right? And see what happens here. And then I think I'm going to pass. Don't attack because it doesn't do me any good. So no attacks. Yeah, this game's not coming together. This is looking like a loss. I am pretty certain there. Opponent has a higher ranking. They have an avatar. I mean, they have like a pet, I guess, or whatever. And I don't have a pet, so this is not going well. So I can. All right, just not going well here. All right, I think I end up drawing a card, right? Because it was my second spell. Let me just look at this. I have better cards than that in deck. I hope. So just kind of, and I do have reach 4/5. I'll just no attacks at this point. It's getting really close to my losing the game is what I mean. It's close, not close to my winning, close to my losing. I'm getting a decent bench, but at 9, my life is getting close to the bottom, which I don't love. When you click on your opponent's little, what are they doing? Doing something. They're milling, and I'm going to get damaged again. It doesn't make me feel good, I gotta say. Doesn't make me feel good. Okay, so what do I have here? So I can get a treasure token. Just gonna keep building. Am I gonna deck out here? I might, right? They have 25. I'm down to 9 cards in deck. So they might deck me out here, which doesn't make me feel good. So I could just do this once, but that's okay. I'm really close to losing this game here. Really close. Do I have the... Oh, it's any land, right? That's right. So I should do another ping here. and it's just not going to be enough. And let's think, should I attack one? No attacks. This Blood Hustler is really good, really good. Yeah, it's not like I'm not liking my situation, but we'll see what happens here, right? I guess what's my deck at now? I'm down to 9 cards in deck, so they're milling me 3 a turn, and they are and I draw for turn, so I have one more turn after this, right? I have one more turn, I think. I might. Let's think. So I can add some life. I can create a treasure token. I can tap. So you know what I want to do? I'm gonna tap here. I think I get. And I'm really close to losing the game here. So let me just go for it. I can add life as well, which might not be bad. So I will attack, damage there. What's this situation here? 5 cards. Okay, I will do this. Is there... all right, so I've got to win this turn, right? That's what it comes down to. So I have to attack all. I mean, I'm going to. I have 2 cards in deck, so I will do this. Let's attack all and hope, right? Because they're going to deck me out on my turn, right? I don't think I do enough damage, but this is it. Desperate times. They should have enough to stop me, right? I believe. I think I don't hit through. I think I'm doing. Yeah, I just got one. Only one creature got to hit through, so I'm going to deck out this turn, and it is what it is, right? So, I mean, they might be able to wipe me out with attacking, but I'm pretty sure they're going to mill me out. I mean, that's their play here, right? So, yeah, so good game, obviously. I will, once they're done with their turn, I lose, right? So, I'll let them just say done, and I lose. So, I decked out, and that was that. So, my opponent, it was close. It was a competitive game, is what I'll say, there, but didn't obviously work for me. So, got the loss, unfortunately. Only went 1-3, not great. I will claim my rewards here. I need to get, I think I could look at the, I need to build a bit of a better deck is one thing I need to do. So, so a couple things. Having done this draft, though, I am better positioned for future drafts. So right now, over the next week plus, it's all Outlaws of Junction. It's the new set. It's really good to do to grow your collection as a budget player, as well as get some gems. I only picked up 100, but hey, 100's better than nothing, and 100's also better than 50. So as I do more drafts of the same set, I will get better at it. Also, just with experience, I'll get better at drafting and deck building in general, but I also get better with this set the more I repeat it. So I definitely want to use up my coins, do 2 more drafts, and I'll get some more coins, probably do a 4th draft, I imagine, before I'm done. So I'm not going to get anywhere near enough gems to unlock the Mastery Pass. Even if I win all 7 games each time, it's just not going to happen. But good for the collection, good for and good for the in-game economy. The other thing I want to say is I'm going to wait to open up the packs, particularly these Outlaws of Junction packs, Outlaws of Thunder Junction packs, because I get duplicate protection when I open the packs. I don't get the same level of protection when I draft again. There's a little bit of protection with the vault, but not a lot. So wait to open the packs till I'm done with these quick drafts, which will take over the next week plus. So anyway, I certainly encourage you to play some quick drafts. I think it's a really fun format. It's part of, in Pokemon, coming from Pokemon, there's a very limited number of formats. In Magic the Gathering, there's a great number of formats. Live even has less formats than Pokemon has in general, and Arena's got a ton of formats, so take advantage of it. Play some quick drafts, get better at it, and just have some fun playing a trading card game that you like. Take care.